promise. Nobody ever believes me, but it's true. The story has no therapeutic value. So, once there was a village kind of nestled in a valley that was famous for its artisans. Its artists and its artisans. Everyone in the village was really gifted and talented. I want to read you something that David Gordon says about metaphor. Whenever a native speaker of English makes a verbal communication, that communication is a metaphorical and thus incomplete representation of that person's actual experience. Okay, so back to, could somebody read what I just read you from David Gordon? Would somebody please tell me what I read you from David Gordon?
Word for word?
I don't know.
Okay, thank you. And God bless you for trying. So now, could any of you tell me the story of the contest? The contest that I just told you about. Okay? Yeah? Yeah? Start me out.
Okay, there was a small village filled with artisans, and so the scholar decided to have a contest to see who the best artisan was. So he went around, and then finally...
Excellent. I'm going to stop you. Because, yes, do you notice the difference? If I gave you 10 more minutes, how much of David Gordon could you get back? Less, yeah? I mean, and that was more recent. I told you the story first, and the story's longer. And you did well at getting a sentence back of David Gordon, right? But probably if I gave you 15 minutes and said, could you reconstruct the story, you could probably do a passing job, yeah? That's the value of stories. They are heard differently. They're retained differently. They are literally stored in the brain differently. And they are way more accessible. So one of the reasons that stories are so useful is, first off, because they stay with you. They stay with you in a way that intellectual material doesn't. And, as I've said before, when you're talking to a person, you're never talking to just one person, and you're never talking to just their current age. You're always talking to all of them in all of their ages. And if you start to have an intellectual discourse with somebody, you've left out a good chunk of their ages. One of the reasons stories go over so well is every age of a person can track a story. Every age of a person can engage with a story. So none of them is left out. And every age of a person will relate to a story. That's why so many of the best teachings are done in story form. Because they stay with you and they let all the different parts of you, all the different ages of you, be in on the game.